newspaper group and their chairman, Nduka Obagbena. Now, with all sense of responsibility, and as we said in our response, Nduka Obagbena and his media group are the last people who should accuse anybody of wanting to silence or cow the independent press, or the press at all for that matter. Why? Simply because the antecedents of Bayo Onanuga and my humble self, Ilya Laki, and the antecedents of Nduka Obagbena, the owner or chairman of This Day and Arise Group, attest to the facts of who has or have been involved in muffling not just the press, but working directly against the growth of democracy in Nigeria. And the facts are there. Why Bayo Onanuga and I have been right side of history of democratic struggle in this country. And one of the most potent tool of this democratic struggle has been the press, the media, of which we were an integral part and actively involved. While Nduka Obagbena and his group have been actively playing on the wrong side of the democratic history of Nigeria. These are facts. These are not allegations. These are facts. And we said so in our response. So that kind of a man or a group with such despicable historical background in terms of our democratic journey to now accuse those of us who had acquitted ourselves creditably in the effort and in the pursuit of independence of the media and the active pursuit of our democratic struggle in this country is honestly taking blackmail to a very, very despicable dimension. And that's what happened. And because Nduka Obagbena is known for his penchant for blackmail, and we said so in our response. What is our offense? Our offense is simply that we have not played along with him in coercing our candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to our PDP-sponsored town hall meetings that is masquerading, that they are masquerading as independent debates or town halls or whatever. But those who are informed, who are well informed, know that it's just a charade. In any case, we were the first. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the first to initiate this town hall meeting in this current dispensation, in this political dispensation, in this campaign period. By the Lagos event, when Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu met with the Nigerian business elite community at the Eko Hotel in Lagos. Nduka Obagbena himself, and in fact, the very following day, after that successful business community town hall meeting by the APC presidential candidate, Reuben Abati, on their program, on their morning program on Arise, did praise Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's initiative and said that Tinubu's strategies were doing a fantastic job, to show you how they were the ones that envied the initiative of the town hall meeting. And peremptorily, after that, Nduka came up with his own town hall meetings. So who is the copycat here? Well, we were not angry, because if you are doing well and you have a very sincere purpose, then you will not mind being copied. And it's only the best that is being copied. So we didn't mind being copied by Nduka Obagbena with his own town hall meetings. But the difference here is that his own town hall meeting Is a PDP-sponsored town hall meeting. He brought in and cajoled and corralled other media organizations to give it a semblance of a collective effort. No, we are also well aware of the media owners and MDs of media houses that he called at the very last minute to ask them to be partners. And some of them asked,
all right, Mr. Ake, but yes, they accused you of being jealous of them.
But I just explained to you that is improbable and impossible. Jealous of what? I just told you that this is the man who is copying our own initiative. Is the man who is copying the man who is copied to be jealous of the man who is copying? It is incongruous. It makes no sense. It lacks logic. Jealous of what? Oh, jealous of his own style and brand of media operation that is predicated on blackmail, on fraud, on intimidation, on extortion. Is that what you will be jealous or I will be jealous of? No. We have different philosophies of life. We subscribe to different values. The definition of success in this industry is not his own definition. Ours is not a cash and carry journalism. We don't. And everybody in this industry knows what they do there, what he does. And in any case, we said we are not succumbing to this blackmail. That's our offense. And in any case, this thing saying that we are trying to cow the independent press, how? I'm told that, somebody said he accused us, or one of us, or any of us, of asking for the sack of one of his anchors, what's his name again? One Rufai, whatever. That is a blatant lie.
Okay.
Nobody, to the best of my knowledge, from our own system, ever called, and I challenge you to call Bagbina and his board of editors to name the person that called them to ask for the sack of anybody in their system, to name the person, the time, when and where, and the proof that somebody called to ask for the sack of any of
the
staff. No.
That's a very important clarification you made there. But then they also pointed out that your attacks on their media houses intensified after the publication of the death of one Muiz Adegboyega Akonde on the 18th of November. What's the true story of this matter?
It's also part of their penchant for lies. That is also another blackmail. Why would we attack? How would we attack? Nobody. We are never the aggressors, but we reserve the right to defend and respond vehemently whenever we are dragged unjustifiably or whenever we are attacked. We reserve that right. It's a fundamental human right. We have never been the aggressor in this instance. And I'll tell you how. Everybody in this country, especially those who are well informed of the political happenings and who are current, know that Nduka, Arise, and this day have been rapidly, even we did not fabricate that. So they've been attacking Asiwaju, they've been dragging Asiwaju. You know yourself, everybody knows the Rice Money Program have been dragging Asiwaju every day consistently, as if he owes them money. And that is usually their style. That is the style of their owner, to blackmail you into submission.
All right.
For whatever he wants. And we said, no, we are not going to do that. Now, secondly is this. The town hall meetings that he has been advertising and compelling and blackmailing Asiwaju to attend his town meetings. And we say, no. Number one, you are not the voters of Nigeria. You are not the only medium that is in Nigeria. There are over 100 media here. So how can you now arrogate to yourself as the spokesperson of the entire Nigerian media? Who conferred that status on you? Nobody. You just allocated it to yourself for your selfish moves.
Against that background, Mr. Lake.
I have not finished. I have to make this point. It is important. Now, when you ask a question, you let me land. Now, this town hall meeting anchors, the anchors of this state town hall and Arise town hall meetings, Ruben Abati is a member of the PDP. Have people gotten selective amnesia? How can, in good conscience, how do you expect Asiwaju of the APC candidate, to present himself to the guillotine, the PDP guillotine machine, anchored by a PDP member, Ruben Abati, to be interviewing Asiwaju? Who does that? Is that a free press? And then you have the temerity and the audacity and the hypocrisy to be saying that, oh, you are fighting for free press, when you yourself are the antithesis of a free press. Abati was deputy governorship candidate to the late Buruji Kashamu in Ogun State, PDP. And meanwhile, you are dragging Asiwaju, and you are trying to link him unsuccessfully, though, to a drug charge in Chicago, when Ruben Abati, your own anchor, was a deputy governorship candidate to a known and indicted and wanted, officially declared wanted drug person, Buruji Kashamu. Abati was his gubernatorial candidate. I mean, the deputy gubernatorial candidate. And it's your own anchor person. Where is the morality here? Where is the public? Where is the shame? How can Abati himself face Nigerians and be pontificating, huffing and puffing, moralizing, when he himself was involved in the $2.1 billion Dasuki Gate, the money meant for the arms purchase for our armed forces against Boko Haram? He was one of the partakers of that bazaar, and he was in the EFCC gulag. These are facts. Also, how can such people come and be moralizing and be calling some people to account when their own closets are filled up? And I heard that they said, oh, because they are not running, their names are not on the ballot. Oh, yes, your name may not be on the ballot, but you are holding a position purportedly in public trust. You are calling people to account on behalf of the public. And when you want to come to equity, you come with clean hands, and your hands are dirty. And you are mouthing tendentious excuses, rationalizations, that because you are not running, oh, because you are not robbing, you are a robber, and then you are sitting in judgment over another alleged robber who has not been ever convicted. And who is their moral compass anyway? But the judge is the moral compass of Arise.
Right, Mr. Leke.
At every point,
at this point, I need to interject because I have more questions for you, and we're running out of time. All right, so your explanation. Going by your explanation, the editors also argued that, and I think a lot of Nigerians agree with them, that any candidate aspiring to be president of Nigeria should not shy away from media scrutiny.
I disagree with you. Many Nigerians do not agree with them. I disagree with you vehemently. Which research did you do to come to that conclusion? That is generalization. That is also unprofessional.
All right, so
you cannot echo rumors and innuendos and aspersions and impressions and misperceptions and echo it only and no. Which research showed that most Nigerians agree with them? No. Now, coming to the substance of the issue, we have never said Asiwaju will not face interview. What we have said is that he will not face Arise interview. And there's no law that compels anybody to face a particular media or a particular medium. No law. Every candidate, every aspirant to any political office deserves or reserves the right to choose his own mode of communicating with his voters or with the Nigerian people. It is Arise and this day do not constitute the voting public of Nigeria, and they are not the only media avenues for any candidate. So they do not have right to arrogate themselves that they should be the medium of communication. No, that's what we are saying. Nobody has silenced. In any case, are they the only media houses in this country? Like I said earlier, there are over 100 media houses in this country. Why are they the only ones that are in contention with Asiwaju? Oh, are they saying they are the only ones that are free? Are they saying all other media houses are not? The only difference between them and the other media houses is that those other media houses are critical but professional. But they Arise and and the other, they are not. They are critical unprofessionally. They are anchor people, Rufai and Ruben Abati. They editorialize on air. They are not even grounded theoretically in this communication business. I have done radio. I got to the pinnacle. I did television. I got to the pinnacle. I did print. I got to the pinnacle. I did PR, both in the private and public sectors. I've gone through the crucibles of this industry. There is no angle you want to come that you will not meet me there. And they do not even understand, because Abati read theater arts, Rufai Oseni read animal philosophy. They are not grounded in the theoretical framework of journalism or broadcasting, for that matter. There are languages, there are concepts and terminologies of broadcasting that, are special to broadcasting as distinct from print. They don't know. You don't inject your own opinion into anchoring on air. You present all sides and allow the public to make their own decisions. But they don't know that. They editorialize, they pontificate, as if that they have a righteous indignation. That is wrong. That is unprofessional. That's what we pointed out to them. And in any case, every of the statements that Bayo Onanuga wrote or issued was in reaction to their own blackmailing tactics against our candidate. We had never issued any statement against them as an aggressor. The statement that I issued was in the commission to report Arise for an unprofessional conduct of broadcasting the fake and forged INEC paper letter purportedly probing Asiwaju. What is there in elementary journalism teaches you that when you get something, you verify. And when you are in doubt, you leave out. They don't understand the nuance, the principle, the norms, the convention, the laws of journalism. That's what we are saying. That's our offense. They are not free. They are the most muzzled press by their owner. And in any case, we have responded. And then we go ahead.
All right. Lastly, before we go, Professor Usman Yusuf, from the former head himself, the job of president. How would you describe? How would you describe that? Professor Usman Yusuf, former NHIS boss.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, that guy. Oh. For crying out loud. Has he ever conducted a medical examination on Asiwaju? Has he ever? Oh, because he's a medical doctor, so he just looks at Asiwaju from afar and then concludes that he's not fit for the job. Doesn't that sound infantile? Doesn't that sound honestly illogical? I don't want to use expletives. But that is downright, it's neither here nor there.
All right.
That's one. Two, still on Yusuf, on the professor guy. I heard he said somewhere that, oh, Asiwaju went to Chatham House, he should have come to speak to them, that some of the governors in the north, he mentioned some of those governors in that interview, that they are not on ground in their states, they cannot deliver their states to Asiwaju, that Asiwaju should come and speak to them. I laughed when I heard he said that, and I saw that as a communicator, as an astute one too, with all sense of modesty. That is a cry for attention. That's a cry for attention. He wants attention. He wants to be noticed. He wants to be called. Because I have never heard of Professor Yusuf contesting and winning any election anywhere before. He has always been an opponent. Heard of anywhere, whether in the north, east, or south, where Professor Yusuf has influenced somebody into political office. I've never heard that. He has never, to the best of my knowledge. So where is his political influence that Shivaji should come and talk to them being him? So he was just sounding off, blowing hot air. And that's not the first time. The only thing that he's known for or identified with is perhaps if he exerts any influence at all, he's among the bandits, the terrorists, the kidnappers. That's where he's known for. He has been mixing with them and all that. He's been claiming to be either spokesperson or
Mr. Lake, we're out of time.
Not that political field at all.
All right, thank you very much. We're definitely out of time. Thank you very much for coming on the program today and for clearing the air on the recent allegation of your party trying to bully the free press. Thank you very much for coming on the program, Mr. Dele Alake.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
The real estate sector in Nigeria is growing at a pace that is almost unbelievable. I'm on a journey to unravel the real estate sector in these parts and explore how the private sector is filling the housing deficit gap. To help you understand how it works, the players, the policies, the rules, but more importantly, how it serves as a veritable investment mechanism. Get a deeper understanding of real estate business from the eyes and experiences of the major players and learn how to make the most of it. Real Transformers, Exploring Tributed, starts October 1st, 3:30 p.m. every Saturday on TVC News.
The Wole Soyinka Center for Investigative Journalism confers on Stella Dean Jacob, Director of News at TVC News, a lifetime award for journalistic excellence for a lifelong contribution to journalism and good governance in Nigeria.
I'm dedicating this award to my 8-month-old daughter, Matea Josephine, and the next generation of broadcasters, so that they will take off from where I have left and to understand that you're only as good as your last performance.
The 17th edition of the Wole Soyinka Award for Investigative Reporting was held on Friday, the 9th of December, 2022. Stella Dean Jacob is a seasoned journalist, news manager, and lawyer with a career spanning nearly 3 decades. Like a mantra, failure is not an option. Impossible does not exist. She remains focused and undeterred in nurturing talent and preserving globally accepted standards across newsrooms. Her contribution to broadcasting has produced winners and the Station of the Year awards for some news channels where she worked, including TVC.
The story of sport is often told in numbers. But we don't fall in love with 1:40-91. We don't dream of growing up to be 3-1. Discover the human stories that give meaning to the numbers. Sport Africa.
It's always a great morning on the TVC Breakfast Show.
Thanks for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
With the array of stories that matter and what's behind them.
As you say, the first blow indicates the direction of government.
Tell us what really is going on between your union and the federal government.
Once it's generated, you have
If
to
you don't use it, it's waste. We are not even sure whether we have a strategy for security.
Are you saying that there was nothing wrong in that?
Was he the one driving the taxi?
Answer the question.
Reveal your morning with all you need.